Hi everybody, welcome to Adorama TV. I'm Mark Wallace, hanging out here with Doug McKinlay. We're at Trafalgar Pub here in London, England. And today we're going to have a discussion about the differences between our styles of gear. I'm shooting with a rangefinder, you're shooting with the DSLR, but I might have to mention that you also have Leica rangefinders, and I also have a lot of DSLR cameras. So why would you choose that instead of this, or vice versa? And so that's what we're going to do today. We're going to sort of dive in. So let's start with you. You do all kinds of things. Why are you shooting with this, even though you own an M7 and M8?
Well, there's a couple of reasons. Primarily with the Leicas, when I use a Leica, I usually as a sort of a backup camera, and I usually have it in my pocket, especially at night when I want to put the heavy gear away, but I still want to have a camera with me. My eyesight isn't as great as it used to be, so with the autofocus DSLRs, I think in a really tight focus heavy situation, I want the backup of the autofocus in the cameras. I also like the versatility with the DSLRs for certain things. I can use big lenses. I can go up to, if I'm shooting long distance, let's say surfing shots or something, I can go up to a 500mm lens. So I think in terms of a little bit of versatility, I'm getting more of that out of the DSLR than I am out of the Leica. Now the downside, of course, is they are bigger and a lot heavier.
Yeah, it's true. I'm the opposite. So right now I'm traveling around the world on a motorcycle, and so I have limitations as far as space. I have security concerns, so I don't want to walk around in a lot of cities with a camera that looks like it's a pro camera, even though this is better quality than this, yes. Sorry. But this is better. I'm going to get comments. But yeah, this is better than this. It just looks like a point and shoot camera. It's a very, very small camera. And then my lenses. So this is a 135, right? This is a 200. So you can see that there's just a massive difference. And you know, this weighs about the same amount as this. Actually, it weighs a little bit more. So when space is a concern and weight is a concern, and then also being able to, I do a lot of street photography, shooting you know, portraits on the street, that kind of stuff. Sure. I want to be able to interact with somebody and get really close. Sure. This is just not that intimidating. There's a bunch of other things about that, but those are some of the reasons why I like it. Sure.
Now we did talk earlier about the costs in a different video. Now, initially, this looks like a lot of money. It's about what, dollars? About $6,000, $5,000? I
think it's about $6,500 for the body. And
then the lenses are where you're going to spend the money on, because Leica lenses can go from anywhere from about $2,000 up to about $6,000 or $8,000. They're seriously expensive, more even. Or more. But the quality is fantastic. They are bar none the best 35mm lenses on the market today. But in terms of the SLR, okay, this is only going to cost, I'll say in pounds, about £1,600 brand new. So about, I guess in dollars, about $2,000 maybe, something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
So it's still not cheap. I'm not saying they're cheap, but they're a lot cheaper than this. So you have to sort of look at both formats and figure out for yourself what you want in terms of what you're going to give up. Both formats, you're going to give something up no matter which one you choose. For me, it's versatility with this stuff as my main camera set. And for Mark, it's compactability. Well,
yes, that's true. And the nice thing about the new Leicas, these are rangefinders in addition to being mirrorless.
Can you explain that quickly?
Yeah, because a lot of people think, well, this is a mirrorless camera, the Sony's a mirrorless camera, Fuji's mirrorless. This is a rangefinder, which is not the same thing. So when you look through this, you're not looking through the lens, you're looking through a viewfinder, and then when you focus, you're trying to determine how far away, the range, and the M stands for a word I can't pronounce, mush something, or, and what it means is that Leica invented the system that combines the range finder with the viewfinder. It's all in one thing. And so what you see when you look through here is you see the frame lines, the bright lines, the things that are going to be inside the frame, but then you see outside of that. Right. And so it allows you to do some things that you can't do with this unless you're shooting with both eyes open, and that's sort of tricky. But I can see something approaching my frame, wait till it gets there, and so I'm sort of composing before it ever happens.
So you're waiting for them to come in, you see them, and then they cross those lines.
And then you know it's in, yeah.
Right, okay.
And so you're sort of waiting for that decisive moment where the action and the composition all come into alignment for that shot. So that's something that you get with this that you don't get with this.
Okay.
The other thing that you can do with this, if you really like a mirrorless camera, is I have an electronic viewfinder that you can just throw on there. So I can pop this on, and now, guess what? Now I have a mirrorless camera. And the nice thing about it is with this, I can get an adapter for this camera. I can use any of the lenses that you have here.
Wow.
So I can use all my Leica lenses, I can use all my Canon lenses, I can use all my Nikon lenses, I can use our lenses from the older system.
Okay. So it's very versatile.
Yeah, I don't use it in that way, but some people do.
See, I love this.
Yeah, you can look down. And
so you can look down, which is, again, it's one of those little tricks when you're in a market or something, and it allows you to have, you can do it sideways. You know, I've done this before with mine, where you're looking at, I'm looking at Mark as my subject, and I might be looking at the camera here, and I might be looking at him like this. Yeah. And the person, Mark, isn't really seeing what I'm doing. So you are being a little sneaky, right?
Sure. So, this is a sneaky camera.
Yeah.
And there's a new M10 that I can't wait because it's got an improved electronic viewfinder. It's got a larger field of view.
Sure.
It's got lower noise, higher ISO, a bunch of different things. So
they're great cameras.
Can't wait.
With my Canon cameras or Nikons, the same kind of cameras as the Nikons, I think I can get just as sneaky at pictures as Mark can with my smaller lens. Now, one of the things we have talked about in the past is that it's very difficult, no matter what camera format you're using. If you're in a country somewhere in the world where if you're Caucasian European orientation, it doesn't matter what system you've got, you're still going to stand out like a sore thumb.
If you're a big, tall, white guy with blue eyes, you stick out. So that's what you're trying to say.
Exactly, yeah. So I find because of that situation that it wouldn't matter if I've got a Leica or if I've got a Canon, I'm still going to stand out. So therefore, I have to use my size and my color to my advantage, which is usually curiosity. So people are curious no matter where you are in the world. So I allow that curiosity to sort of build, and then I slowly start taking my pictures. It's not often that I just jump right in and go bang, 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 bang. Maybe some new stuff, but generally not so much that. So I find in those situations, it doesn't matter if I've got a Leica or if I've got a Canon. And I like the versatility of the DSLR more than I like the versatility of the Leica. Yeah,
this is much slower, much more intentional. There's no autofocus. You're just really, you have to be, very present.
What's the frame rate?
I don't know. I almost never shoot, so it's
about 3, isn't it? 2?
It's about, let's see. So we'll just put this on. There's going to be black pictures, but let's just see. Oh, I had it on delay.
Oh, actually faster than I thought. It's not bad. It's not bad. But the Canons, especially the newer Canons, the 5D4 and the 1DX. 1DX is a machine. It shoots 12 frames per second in RAW. That's quick. Right. So you are, if you're shooting sports, definitely you have to go with the DSLR because you're going to have that versatility with the big lenses and that really great motor drive. Yeah, this is not for things that move. No, definitely. It just really isn't. The other thing that I really love about this is the battery life. Okay. Because you're not using an electronic viewfinder most of the time, you're not reviewing things on the LCD that much. The battery on this, I can go weeks. Right, okay. So not like days or hours, we're talking weeks. I got a couple of days. Yeah. Heavy shooting in 2 days, maybe 3. So there you have it. Those are the two formats we're looking at, the point and shoot and the DSLR. Now it's up to you, the viewers, to choose the one you like the best and spend your money. So thanks for watching. I'm Doug McKinlay with Mark Wallace for Adorama TV.